Every day, Ukrainian soldiers demonstrate the power of Ukrainian precision. Ukraine's long-range and medium-range strikes are being fully implemented. These are our justified responses to Russia for this war, a war that Russia started and that Russia must end.
Ukraine's FP-5 Flamingo missile has shocked Putin as the battlefield enters a dangerous new phase. Did Volodymyr Zelensky just strike at the heart of Russia's missile manufacturing network? A 1,000-kilogram warhead and a 3,000-kilometer range, has Ukraine's Flamingo missile changed the course of the war? Has Kyiv finally unleashed its most powerful long-range missile yet against Russia? Ukraine's FP-5 Flamingo reportedly struck deep inside Volgograd, targeting Russia's missile production hub. Is the FP-5 Flamingo Ukraine's long-awaited answer to Putin's expanding missile arsenal? Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky's latest move against Vladimir Putin has now been revealed. On June 27th, the Ukrainian president claimed that multiple Russian defense facilities had come under attack. Volodymyr Zelensky shared a video on X detailing what he described as Ukraine's latest long-range strike inside Russia. Footage released alongside the announcement showed a massive explosion at the alleged target site deep inside Russian territory. Zelensky claimed Ukraine's FP-5 Flamingo missiles struck a key military facility in Russia's Volgograd region. According to Zelensky, the Ukrainian missile targeted the Titan Barakati industrial complex, a major defense manufacturing site in Volgograd. The Ukrainian president further alleged that specialized Russian military equipment bore the brunt of the precision missile strike. Kyiv's deadliest long-range missile Flamingo. Operational range, up to 1,864 miles or 3,000 kilometers. Warhead payload, 1,000-kilogram high-explosive warhead. Maximum takeoff weight, approximately 6,000 kilograms. Top speed, up to 590 miles per hour, 950 kilometers per hour. Cruising speed, between 528 and 559 miles per hour, 850-900 kilometers per hour. Wingspan, 6-meter aerodynamic wing configuration. Flight endurance, more than 4 hours of sustained flight. Guidance system, EW-resistant satellite and inertial navigation systems. Strike accuracy, circular error probable, CEP, of approximately 14 meters. In response, Russia launched a heavy overnight barrage of drones and missiles during the night of June 26. Russian forces reportedly targeted civilian infrastructure across Ukraine's Zaporizhia and Sumy regions during the strikes. At least 13 people were reportedly injured in Sumy following the latest wave of Russian drone attacks. Ukraine claimed Russia employed guided aerial bombs, strike drones and artillery during the large-scale assault. The latest tit-for-tat exchange comes only days after Russia and Ukraine carried out another prisoner swap. The most recent exchange between the two sides took place on June 25th.
We continue to bring people home from Russian captivity. Today, another 160 servicemen are back home. Almost all of them have been held captive since 2022. Defenders of Mariupol, Azovstal, the entire Donetsk region, and other areas Zaporizhia, Kyiv region, and Sumy region. We must bring back every single person, both military personnel and civilians, who remains in Russian captivity. We are checking every single name. This year, the results are significant, and the exchanges are ongoing. Our offensive activity on the front line and our defense against Russian assaults also give us the opportunity to bring our people back from Russia. More than 9,500 people have been returned since the start of the full-scale war. This year alone, 1,596 of our fellow Ukrainian men and women have been returned. We also look forward to the next stages. Every day, Ukrainian soldiers demonstrate the power of Ukrainian precision. Ukraine's long-range and medium-range strikes are being fully implemented. These are our justified responses to Russia for this war, a war that Russia started and that Russia must end. Russia must take this war with it when it leaves Ukraine. We do not need war. Ukraine has made proposals to key partners, and Putin's friends have heard from us that a meeting is possible and that an end to this war is possible. Russia must take this step toward peace.
Meanwhile, Russia has accused Ukraine of deliberately targeting the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant during the latest escalation. If we look at the past 24 hours, among the positive news, we can note that the 34th rotation at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant took place. The 35th team of IAEA experts arrived at the plant yesterday, while around midnight the previous team left the site, crossed the Crimean Bridge, and is now making its way back home. Despite significant drone activity, the rotation proceeded without incidents. The new IAEA representatives are now settling in, getting acquainted with the situation, and building informational links with Vienna and the agency's central headquarters. This is very important for us, as on July 10 further interagency consultations are scheduled, involving the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the National Guard, the State Corporation Rosatom, and Rostekhnadzor. We are actively preparing for these consultations. We will discuss our concerns. We are well aware of the 7 IAEA safety pillars. We comply with them. I would like to remind you that a key IAEA principle is the work of personnel and the ability of operators, and I quote verbatim, to make decisions without pressure. The paradox is that over recent weeks the main objective of the Ukrainian armed forces has been to exert pressure on personnel. These include strikes on the plant's infrastructure, including the turbine hall. We have spoken about this before. There are also strikes on the energy infrastructure of the city of Energodar. It is currently not on a stable power supply, and there are clear disruptions to both internet access and lighting in homes and streets. Of course, strikes continue against various elements of the nuclear power plant, not the reactor hall, but infrastructure where people also work, where operators are also present. In the past 24 hours, there was a strike on the design and engineering unit and the destruction of private vehicles, among other things. There are periodic strikes on the transport department and the destruction of official vehicles. A decision has been made, in order to reduce personnel movement in open areas through a more flexible staffing regime and shift-based work. Any personnel rotation has effectively turned into a special operation. We are doing everything to protect and preserve people. But the objective is clear, to exhaust the workforce, lead them into making mistakes, and then blame everyone, both the plant staff and us, for possible negative consequences. We support our workers. We support all residents of Energodar. We welcome these negotiations. We welcome the emphasis on the role of the IAEA in addressing the Iranian nuclear issue and nuclear program. We continue to confirm our readiness to resolve any technological challenge related to highly enriched uranium. Whether it is its dilution, reduction of enrichment, its removal and compensation of costs in kind or in monetary form, or some systemic solution involving several countries depending on the outcome of negotiations. At the same time, seeing some positive movement forward, or more modestly, the absence of negative dynamics in the Middle East conflict, I have recently approved a plan to restore staffing levels at our construction site at the Bushehr nuclear power plant. As is known, only about 20 Russian specialists remain there. If the situation does not worsen, in the coming weeks we will begin restoring our personnel at the direct site in Bushehr.